Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today, this video is all about the Unravel Festival. Yep, we are going yarn shopping. We're going to squish all the yarns. We might smell some yarns. We're definitely going to buy some yarns. I have some things in mind. I'll tell you about them later. I'm going to buy more wool. We are staying in Farnham. Can you see? No, very bad angle. I'll show you later. That's the runway of Farnborough Airport. So the hotel we're staying in is called the Aviator. It is a lovely hotel. We've stayed here twice before. Mark is very good at planning hotel stays. So we are here. We arrived a little bit earlier this afternoon. We've sat downstairs and had some lunch. We've had a gin. I am getting my jumper. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I have been trying to finish my jumper, my Beau Swan sweater, all week to wear to Unravel. And I nearly got it done. I had about this much left of the sleeve. I'll pop a quick picture on screen now. So you can see, I was so close. I had about an inch left on the sleeve and then the cuff. I'll pop a bit of footage in. We've been down in the bar. I did a little bit of knitting. It's literally going to be very quick footage. And then you'll come back and you'll probably see the finished jumper. But I just thought I would do a very quick introduction. I'm now sewing in ends. And then we're going to go out for dinner. Go and see the sights of Farnborough. And then, yeah, get ready for the show tomorrow. So it's Friday today, if I didn't say that already. It is Friday the 11th of February. The yarn show is tomorrow, or the yarn show is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We are going tomorrow. So I'll do a bit of a blog, monologue, bit to camera about what I'm hoping to buy, who I'm hoping to see, and then of course there'll be lots of footage of the show. So very quick introduction to this video. You're now about to watch me do a little bit of knitting and a little bit of sewing in, and then I'll be back to talk about something else. It's going to be one of those videos. It's going to be very relaxed, and you're going to follow Mark and I through our little weekend away. So I hope that you really enjoy. As I said, I've got a gin. It's now 5 o'clock here in the UK. So I hope that you're sitting down. You've got your project. You've got a beverage, hot or cold. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy this video. Good morning, and as if by magic in the edit, it is now Saturday morning, and it is show day, woohoo! So I just thought I'd very quickly start the Saturday bit of footage. We're off for breakfast. I do have yesterday's t-shirt on, for those of you that are watching or care what I'm wearing, because I'm a spiller. So we're going to go down and have breakfast, and I don't want to spill food on my new jumper. So I will change before we go. So yeah, let's go and get some food and then have a quick look at the show guide. Okay, back from breakfast, and he's here. Look what he's wearing. That is Mark's Mild Mania sweater. It's a West Knits pattern that I made for him 2 years ago. Complete with thumb holes. So that is Mark's show outfit. And I'm obviously going to wear my boaster on. That is made with, it's a, I can't remember the brand of it now, Ficalana sock yarn in the black and the grey for the Marl. And then the colour work, which is much brighter in real life, it's a bit muted in the room, was by Caroline of Colourful Creativity. And it's amazing. So we're back from breakfast. I'm going to go and get ready myself now. You don't have to stand there if you don't want to anymore. Right. I said, come here, show them your jumper. So I've had a quick look at the show guide. Lots of people that I'm excited to see. There's someone there called the Little Grey Girl, Gemma. I vaguely recall hearing about her. I've met Gemma once, and I want to say it was at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, like 3 or 4 years ago, and I wasn't really obsessed with her then, and I'm not obsessed with her now. You know what I mean? I just love her products. So I'm very excited that Gemma's going to be there. And then, yeah, loads of other dyers. Ching Fibers are there. And they provide yarn for Stephen and Penelope. And Stephen West often uses Ching Fiber in a number of his kits. So that'll be super exciting to go and squeeze some of that. Mark, what's the jumper called? Extra Texture. Yeah. Mark's thinking about maybe looking for some wool for an extra texture, which will be... bless you, a fingering weight yarn and some mohair. So that could be a Ching Fiber purchase. Ted Knits is there, that I bought yarn before. Weku Yarns are here, and I bought yarn from before. There's loads of new people to go and see. So I'm really, really excited to get going. I am possibly in the market for 2 sweater quantities of yarn. I know you're all telling me I've got enough projects, but look, it's an investment. That's how I'm seeing it. I'd quite like to make a single malt sweater by Max the Knitter. And I'd also quite like to make a hide and peak sweater by Max the Knitter. So, yeah, go and check out those patterns if you want to. If I buy the yarn for them, when I do my wrap-up, or whatever I buy yarn for, if it's for a specific project, when I do my wrap-up at the end and show you what I bought, I will put some pictures on screen so that you can see what I'm going to do with the yarn. So yeah, really, really excited to get going. I am going to go and get ready myself. And then, yeah, watch this space. Let's go and squish some yarn. So, as if by magic, this might work. I need to go and get ready. And as if by magic, I'm ready to go. I've got my jumper on. You can't really see it. I'll get some pictures in a bit while we're outside. But I've got my jumper on. Mark's got his jumper on. We are ready to go. I forgot to say, Tofta there. Yay! I don't know if there's any new patches that I can collect, but we will see. So I have bought, I have bought my festive Quetzal with me for show and tell. I know from Instagram that Kerry's not here, but the lovely Tash and Rachel are there. So I'm hoping to pop along and see the ladies. I can show them my Quetzal. And also, giant Dougal is on the stand. So I bought my little Dougal to have a little picture. So there we go. Right, are you ready? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Look who I've met.
Hello!
Look what I bought.
More bags, yeah. We're going to have a bag competition, I think. Who's got the most? That's
Helen.
what's coming. With Helen.
Helen.
We're going to see who wins. Helen or Martin on who's got the most bags. You're going to be very annoyed if it's not you.
It will be me. It will be me. Or I'll buy more.
Where do I look?
There.
Hello,
Who's your name? What's your name? Who's your name? What's your
Renee.
name?
Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Hello, nice to meet
Are
you.
you having fun?
Lots of fun. Lots of beautiful yarn, not enough money.
That's
And
all.
not enough storage.
Oh, I don't know what it's doing. That's all our problem. It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah.
I have no
see.
idea.
And you press for recording and stuff.
Yeah, but first time I'm using it.
Are you? No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. It'll
What if you didn't record it?
It is recording.
Okay,
You're going to be part of the experiment.
that's all right. I don't mind.
I hope that you enjoyed seeing all of the footage of the show. It's now Sunday morning. We've been down for breakfast. I keep looking that way because Mark's over there. We've been down for breakfast. We've got another cup of coffee to finish it off. I'm slightly red-faced. I've been to the gym. I know. Who even am I? Staying in a hotel and go to the gym, but there we go. So I'm going to show off my wares, and then I'm going to get this video edited together, hopefully before we leave and head for home. So let's get into all of the fun stuff. Now, you saw that I met Gemma off of The Little Grey Girl. Gemma and I have met once before, and it would have been a long time ago. It was at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival in Edinburgh, obviously. Gem was exhibiting 2018, maybe? It was a long time ago. And we didn't really know each other then. I just remember seeing her, and I think that's when I bought my first bag, and that's where it all started. But as you saw, I met Gemma. It was great. I had a really good chat, and it was like catching up with an old friend, which was just lovely. And I bought another project bag. So we've got this awesome rainbow shopper. Which, obviously I had to buy something from Gemma. And it's a bag that I don't have in my collection. So it obviously, as you can see, rectangle bag, handles, but also then this does up. So it's quite a funky shape. So I bought a new bag, and then a bit of crinkling. Sorry for the crinkling. I bought a yarn kit. So we've got this lovely grey. It's a bit reflective, obviously, in the light, but we've got this lovely grey and some muted tones, which are just lovely. And this will make a cowl. I don't know if that's going to show up. I'm holding my fingers there because there's a QR code to the pattern, and I don't want to give that away, obviously. But I'm going to make this. So I've got this kit, and it's going to be a crochet pattern. I will show you, obviously, when I get to actually start the pattern. But it's crochet, and if you can imagine here, again, it's kind of a mosaic crochet, and then you've got the bobbles. So I'm really excited to do that. And at a yarn festival, I think it was at Yarndale last year, I bought a knitted cowl set. So I thought this was great to do a crochet cowl set. So got some lovely yarn, and the yarn is merino yak nylon. Oh, it's going to be super soft and squishy. So we have that on the floor. No more squishing. I also bought some sock yarn then. So this is the Unravel Spring 2022 colorway. Gem dyed this up just for Unravel, which I thought was super cute, and loved the colours. And if you remember the Unravel logo, you've got these yellows and reds, the tealy colours. So this is going to look fabulous in some socks, and it comes with a matching contrast yarn. And fresh from my sock adventures for Mark, I'm going to make myself some socks. So I need to work out my recipe, because I've done socks for myself before and they were a little bit loosey-goosey. They were a bit baggy. And I think I did 72 stitches on a 2.5. So I think I might go down and do 68 on 2.5 or do 72 again on 2.25. I need to do some research. I don't want to swatch. Who wants to swatch socks? I don't swatch anyway, let alone swatching socks. So I need to work through what's going to happen with that. But there we go. I bought some sock yarn, so I think that's going to be lovely. And it's kind of cute because I had such a great festival yesterday, and going around and seeing and meeting everybody. It kind of felt quite nice to get the colorway to make some socks. So we've got that. And then I not a boring purchase, but I bought some new bamboo needles. because the ones I'm using for Mark, the 2.25s bamboo, I've used them for quite a while now and they've kind of got a little bit of a bend in them and I'm worried they're going to snap. So I've got a new pair of 2.25s and I picked up some 2.5s, assuming I need a 2.5 for me. So that was my grab bag from the little grey girl. And as I said, it was just so lovely to see Gemma. You saw a bit of the footage, you saw me having my picture taken with her, and yeah, it was just lovely. The other purchases, I have 2 other purchases. You've also saw that I had a photo taken with Layla of the Urban Pearl. If you've been here for a good while, you might recall my Slip Stravaganza West Knit shawl, the one in the greeny and the dark greys. That was made with Layla's Urban Pearl yarn. It was a kit that Layla had dyed for Stephen. And as I was perusing Layla's stand, I saw this. I'm going to drop one. I saw this, which is just glorious. Creams, dark grey, charcoal, flashes of purple. Oh, it was just spectacular. And the colour's quite true to life on the camera. And I saw it and I thought, oh, I really like that. And Layla said, oh, I've got it on worsted, but I also have it on double knit and I've also got it on 4-ply. I was like, oh, right, okay. I don't want any more sock yarn. What would I do with it with double knit? And then I feel like, and I think I've said this before, all of the yarn in my stash has a purpose. I don't just go to a yarn show, typically, and just buy a random skein. So it's like, I don't know what to do with it. And I don't want to buy one and then realise I could make a cowl and I actually needed 2. But then if I buy 2, well, would I have really needed 3? So I was like, oh, I'll leave it for a minute. And then as we went around, we were very compliant, by the way, around the one-way system. Most people were following that, which was really good. We went around the one-way system 3 or 4 times. And we sat down for a cup of coffee towards the end of our day. And I said to Marcus, like, I think I should just go back and look at that yarn once more. You know when there's a yarn's just calling to you, and it's like, I don't know what you want to be, yarn, but let me feel you once more. So I went back and I decided, I looked in my Ravelry queue and decided I needed 4 of them. So I've got 4 skeins of worsted weight yarn from Layla. And yeah, it's called Wonderful Worsted and it is 100% merino. Hand dyed in London by the lovely Layla, and it's super, super awesome. When I looked in my Ravelry queue, I found a worsted weight shawl of Stephen West's that I'd had in my queue. I'll pop a picture on screen now. And I think it's quite a simple pattern, and the yarn will really, really show that off. So I bought enough wool to make that pattern. So I've kind of got enough to make a worsted shawl. However, I'm not wedded to specifically to that pattern. So if any of you out there have a project in mind, ideally a shawl, I think. I don't have enough to make a jumper for me, and the wool is too good to go to Mark. He's staring at me now. No, you've got enough. This is for me. So if you've got any ideas what I can do with 4 skeins of this wonderful worsted, please let me know. Yeah, but otherwise, at some point, this will become a cowl. But I think it's just, it was calling to me, and I really love it. So it's just going to sit in my stash now. It's going to mature, and it's going to think about itself, but I'm just super, super in love with these colours. Oh, right, so that's that. And then the other purchase that I made, and I was very good because I made a list of the things that I wanted. I wrote down the size of the jumper or the garment, the meterage, how much I needed, how many colours. I'm very organised when I go to a yarn show, just in case I see something. And I'm going to make, I think I mentioned it earlier on in the video, I'm going to make a hide and peak, which is by Max the Knitter, Max Sear, who is part of Le Garçon with Vincent, who designed the bow swan sweater that I wore yesterday. And in the footage that you saw at a yarn story, I pulled out the garment. That's Kieran, one of the owners of Walcott Yarns, whose yarn I bought. That was Kieran's hide and peak, and he hasn't finished it. He's still got the sleeves to go, but that's the jumper. And I needed to choose some colours, and it's 3 colours of contrast and a main colour. So for the main colour, I've gone for this wonderful Opus yarn by Walcott, and I've gone for this navy blue. So there is probably a truer reflection. So that is lovely. It's super, super soft. It is 70% Argentinian merino, 30% baby alpaca, and 100% awesome. It is. So that is the main body colour. And Carmen and Kieran from A Yarn Story were brilliantly helpful at helping me choose my colours, because my stock colour is, as most of you know from all the things I make for myself, grey, blue. That's about it. I'm pretty boring, which is why I was excited by Layla's yarn, because it's got that bit of purple in it. So we came up with a palette that doesn't have any grey in it. But obviously, as I was wearing my bow swan, Carmen said, oh, actually, what about this petrol colour? That's a nice colour. So we thought, oh, actually, that works really well together. And then she's like, well, actually, for one of your other contrasts, if we're sticking in this greeny palette, what about this lovely minty aqua colour? This is Spearmint. And sorry, I should have said, so the first one is Ink. This is Cove, and then this is Spearmint. So you're like, oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? So actually, because the way the pattern works is they will work together, and they will work together, and they will work together. Now that's lovely. And then Carmen said, I really want to give you a pop. Like, we should just like try and mix it up a little bit. And I was like, okay, tell me more. What are you thinking? And she went, what about this? So we went for Taffy. And I think that just is an amazing palette. So the way it will go, I believe, is the first part of the yoke will have these two together. So I'll have the navy that I'll start the collar with, and then it will introduce the pink. And then, yeah. So, and then there's almost one band of the triangular pattern, which will feature the pink. But then the pink will then swap out for the greens. That is amazing. So I'm really happy with those colours. So I've got a sweater quantity of yarn. Yes, I know. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I'm really excited. And this is the Opus yarn. You did see me squishing their new yarn, and the new yarn was so soft. Excuse me. The new yarn was so soft and it was lovely, but I kind of had in my mind I wanted some Opus. So yeah, A Yarn Story do a knit night every week, and I was chatting to Carmen, and they do a virtual knit night the last Tuesday of every month. So I might start going to their virtual knit night. It's about an hour and a half from me drive, so it's a bit far to go for the in-person one regularly, but I might cast this on. Yes, I know. I might cast it on and then start going to the last knit night. So at least once a month, I'm going to do 2 hours of knitting just to then start it. Now, isn't that a good plan? I think that's a very good plan. So we have that. It came in a lovely Walcott Yarns tote. And there's also a pin badge. I love pin badges for my project bag. So we've got one of those. Carmen very kindly gifted me that after I bought the yarn. So that's all my purchases. We obviously need to do a thumbnail for this video, so bear with. I need to grab all the yarn. I'm still here. Mark's looking at me now like, you're bonkers. He's pulling faces at me off camera. Right. There we go. So I've got a lot of yarn that I'm adding to my stash, which is just super. And it'll all get done. I bought a new crate to reorganize all of my yarn. So I've got space in my stash. Mark's like, no, you don't have more space to then fill it with more stuff. I'm like, that's exactly what you do. So all of that's going to fill and sit in my stash. But overall reflection on the day, it was brilliant to be at a yarn show again. It was a lot busier than the Unravel from last year, which I guess is understandable. People are becoming more at ease with living in the world that we live in. We don't mention the word. So yeah, it was a lot busier. Most people were wearing masks. Most people were very compliantly following the one-way system. So that was brilliant. I met loads of people, and I said it was like catching up with old friends, like being able to see Gemma and Layla. I met Jonathan for the first time, Jonathan Days from the Jonathan Days podcast. And again, lovely chatting. We speak on Instagram, comment on some of his videos. So it was really lovely to meet Jonathan in real life. I obviously saw the Toft ladies. I didn't buy anything from the Toft stand this time because there is another yarn knitting, stitching festival called Stitches, which is taking place in London over my birthday weekend. And they are, I think I mentioned in the last video, they're doing, they're making available the Women in History, whatever the name of it is, the back editions. So I'm going to be able to go along to that show and then spend some money on Toft to get some of the previous dolls. So I didn't buy anything today. I was very good. But it was lovely to chat to Tash and Rach and say hi and see the stand and see you saw Bo, the Chinese dragon, and Dwee, the tiger, that were this year for Chinese and Lunar New Year, which was lovely. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I said I'm going to get this edited all together now. I had lots of lovely comments on my jumper from people stopping me on the day. And we did the same, like you'd see someone, you're chatting to someone at a stall. Oh, I love what you're wearing. So yeah, that was great to be able to finally wear my jumper. And we've got a finished object for February. Woohoo! Yeah, and I got a little bit more used to people stop me going, oh, hi, you're Martin. Yeah, and Mark's still a bit freaked out. I think, oh, you're Mark. Because yeah, I'm just sitting here chatting to you. But it was lovely to chat to lots of people and say hi. So thank you if you spoke to me yesterday. It makes me very happy and very warm that you all love my videos. And we just on this crazy fibre journey together. So who knows where it's going to go next. So I will be back in a couple of weeks with a video of some sort. As always, I am, touch wood, we're not really talking about it, because if I talk about it, it might not happen. But touch wood, we are going to Hamburg next week to see Wicked. But of course, there will be yarn shops in Hamburg. So if there is an opportunity to go yarn shopping, not that I need any more yarn, but we will go to the yarn shop together. Maybe we'll do a local yarn shop tour, or a not so local yarn shop tour. We'll see what we can find in Germany. He's looking at me now going, you're taking me to see Wicked, you're not going to take me to the yarn shops. He can go shopping on his own, he doesn't need me, does he? So yes, let's leave it there. If you've liked this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying my content, please click on that subscribe button. It helps me to grow my channel, and it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, but you get notified when all my new content is up online. So I'm gonna call this one a day. I'm gonna finish my coffee, we're gonna pack and then head for home. Back to work tomorrow. Oh, but it's not my non-work day tomorrow. I have to go to work on a Monday. So there we go. But I hope that you're all well. I hope that you found something of enjoying. Hope you found something enjoyable in this video, and that you enjoyed coming around the Unravel Festival with me. Thanks as always to the organisers, and of course to Alison, who gave us some of her time a couple of weeks ago to share what was happening. So I will leave it there. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is, if there were some jittery angles, I bought a new tripod, and it's quite a funky one. In theory, it's like a steady it's meant to be steady, and there were some moments that weren't quite steady. So if it did shoot somewhere, I tried to edit most of those out, but if there was the odd weird angle, it's me with all the gear and no idea. So hope that wasn't too jarring for some of you, but there we go. We learn something new every day. So let's finish this one. Mark is looking at me saying, come on, wrap this up, we need to go home. So thank you very much for your time, and until we speak again, happy crafting.